Now at 5, the deadline hits right now for Lineage to clear out the last of the rotting food from the burned out Boyle Heights warehouse.
Yes, but the company says that deadline should actually come due next week. CBS LA's Luzedelia Caballero is live with the deadline dispute and the neighbors caught in the middle of it. Luzedelia.
Well, those who live in this area certainly fed up with this whole thing. I mean, we are talking about something that they've been dealing with well over a month, the stench, the flies, the vermin. And now Lineage Logistics putting an update that so far we have 94% completion for food waste in this building here that you see. The cleanup efforts continue to be underway. That's because while one freezer has food waste completely removed, the other is sitting at 87.4% removal. So at this point, residents say this should have been cleaned up a long time ago.
It's not fair for this community. It's not fair for anybody, whether you're young or older, to be living like this.
For Maria Jauregui, the nightmare is literally right outside her door.
I don't know if I should be saying that, but it smells like poop, like nasty poop surrounded by dead animals, and it's disgusting.
She lives just feet from the Lineage Logistics facility and says she and her neighbors have been living with the consequences of the fire since June 17th.
There's a lot of rats going around, and the flies, you've seen it, it's horrible. But now if you notice, there's all these dragonflies, huge dragonflies, and these birds flying around that I've never seen here before.
Adding her cherished plants and fruit trees are dying.
Look at all the flies that are in there.
The city gave Lineage Logistics 45 days to remove roughly 85 million pounds of decomposing food and biohazardous waste left behind after the fire. But Mayor Karen Bass now says Lineage will not meet that deadline.
They don't listen to the people. It's the same thing over and over. We're just being ignored.
The city says Lineage and its contractors began clearing debris June 28th. Lineage says persistent flare-ups made the property unsafe to enter and argues the fire department had not put out flare-ups at the site until July 7th, saying that makes this day 37 and still has time remaining.
¿Sigue oliendo feo?
Sí. Sigue oliendo por las noches a veces.
But for the people like Maria Dueñas who live here, the issue isn't simply about a deadline. It's about living next to a facility they say has brought unbearable odors, pests, and health concerns into their homes.
Es una pesadilla porque
She says it's been a nightmare, adding they're forced to live in unjust conditions that make them feel like they're prisoners in their own homes.
pues que es como si estuviéramos prisioneros en nuestras propias casas.
Lineage says it's spending more than $1 million a day on the cleanup and will continue working until the job is done, a job residents feel should have already been finished.
We want them out. We don't want them to build anymore.
And also to think that students went back to school this week, at least for LAUSD. And a lot of people here saying they didn't have much of a summer, being that they had to be indoors. And now they feel for the teachers who have these students who are a bundle of energy in classrooms, and they too have limited time outside during school hours. Reporting live in Boyle Heights, Luzedelia Caballero, CBS LA.
You know, the fact that you're still wearing a mask, Luzedelia, tells us everything we need to know, right?
Yeah. And I'm wondering if those misters behind you, Luzedelia, do they help any? Do they make a dent in the smell, those misters?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is when these deodorizers came out, we noticed a difference when we were standing maybe 1 or 2 feet directly in front and when we were upwind. When you go downwind, you have to be maybe a foot away from it for it to make a difference because the stench just travels. So, I mean, they do have somewhat of an impact for those who are close to the facility, but for most of the neighborhood, it's not doing much.
All right, well, thanks so much for describing everything for us, Luzedelia.